It's been 84 years.
Burger. He's here. Yay.
What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 31 of the Roast Podcast.
We're back after a
We
very
are back.
extended hiatus.
It's actually a very long time.
Yes,
That's a long
unfortunately,
time.
since we were out in the gusty winds beside the park.
Yeah,
eating
that was-
HSP.
That wasn't fun.
The HSP was fun,
That
but
was nice.
everything else was a little bit wacky.
We need a mic stand for this mic.
We need a proper mic.
We need a clown for this circus. Yeah, we
Isn't
actually
that
do need a
me?
proper
I
mic.
thought I was the clown. You said I could be the clown.
No! That was a fake laugh, by the way.
Oh.
Jesus Christ. Off to a riveting start.
Yeah,
I just realised we
that's
don't
good.
have a mic stand, so our audio would sound like absolute
It'll be
dread.
fine, as long as you can hear us.
Hello?
Hello, are
Hello,
you listening
boss.
to me? Are you listening?
I've got the best mic stand ever.
No, don't use that.
See,
No, that's too...
it's a
Too
box. And it opens to reveal nothing.
No, put that back. You shouldn't use...
It's fine. It's the divide. It's the divide of podcast hosts. It's actually taking up
takes
so
up so
much
much-
space.
I don't know why you thought it wouldn't just be obscenely overbearing.
Literally the worst start to a podcast. Burger.
Burger.
Please get me burger.
Matthew Winter, where's Burger? What have you done with him? I need it. I need it. Burger for ennui. What? It's true. The people have spoken, you know.
Yeah, we
They
actually
keep
have.
saying they want burger for ennui, and you keep going, no, cunt, no burger for ennui, cunt. It's like, gets tired. Gets tried out, you know, played out. It's not funny anymore. Not funny anymore. You just need to bow to your critics and just be like, yeah, fine, I'll do burger, cunt. Even just once to satisfy them, you know. Fuck. Goddamn.
I got the burger on me there.
Yes, you did. You did. You did the right thing. You're safe when we come for you.
What? When we come for you?
Yeah.
Bruh.
But
That is just a burger moment. Talk
It
more
is.
about burger for a second. This is just taking up too much space.
I don't even know what to say.
Burger.
Burger. Burger. Burger.
I got a
It's
better
funny.
alternative. Today on the Roast Podcast,
God, not that.
we'll be talking...
Do you know what that is?
What is it?
It's got all my Pokemon cards in there.
Oh, that's perfect.
Off.
Because if it falls and goes everywhere...
I'll kill you.
Yeah.
You won't be safe. Even if you did do burger for ennui.
Oh, I did burger on many onlys.
Yes, you did, but
Burger on wiener?
burger on wiener.
I'm going to fix this lighting by doing something very important.
Radical.
And that is putting this on this. As you can see, guys, we've got the most professional podcast, I think, in the world.
Yeah.
It's so professional that it's actually quite casual,
Exactly.
which is pretty
There's
professional.
something so, you know, calming and, you know, sweet
Low
about
budget.
it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I don't think the budget's ever gone up. I think it's stayed the same for many years.
Pretty much. No, I think it has gone up a little bit because you got a proper camera instead of using an iPhone.
Yeah,
camera.
that is true. We stopped using an iPhone camera, and we ended up
started
getting...
using an actual camera. I know,
real camera?
Crazy, isn't it?
Which I was shocked by, personally.
Genuinely moving up in the world.
That is actually really annoying for you, and for me.
Fine.
Um,
We have to live with it.
but yeah, no, it's been a good progression on the Roast Podcast.
Yeah, slow but steady, you know. Eventually we'll get there.
And you have failed to mention why you're slouching forward because you are just too humble for Adam to mention that he just had a huge operation and has is it an IV drip?
I've always got drip, but
Bro.
I've always got drip, but no, it's a vacuum dressing
Okay.
to keep me healthy.
It's good stuff. It gave me the shivers just then imagining what that's like constantly connected to your...
Yeah, it's not fun.
Yeah.
But it's,
Big surgery.
you live with it, yeah. I'm still rocked. That anesthesia they gave me fucking hit different.
That was it. That was what I was going to talk about. My anesthesia story. It's not a long story.
This one, yeah. You were like, I want to tell you, but I also want to put it on the podcast just so that we can have something on.
There was one part I told you about. There's one part I did, that I've left for the podcast.
Ooh, we get to hear the forbidden second part.
I'll let you get to yours.
Yeah, it was
first.
I don't know. It was just so weird. The
Yeah.
ability for them.
Was it your first general ever?
I think I had one ages
Yeah.
ago when I was like 5, getting my tonsils out. But this was the first one I can remember.
Wish I got my tonsils out when I was 5.
Yeah,
So much tonsillitis.
they just got so rank for me so early on. Mum was like,
Really?
"Nah, get him out of there." And a running thing with all my brothers, every single one of us just had the worst tonsils. So Mum was like, "Fuck it, get them out as soon as they can come out. Get them out because they're just so awful."
Wish I got mine taken out. I never had tonsillitis as a kid, but I've had it as an adult, and it sucks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least as an adult, you can sort of regulate yourself. If you're a kid and you've got that kind of,
Can't pull all-nighters.
you can't know exactly. You're just it's so bad when you're.
I mean,
a
as
kid.
an adult, you can't pull all-nighters. If I pull an all-nighter, I get tonsillitis instantly.
Bruh,
Fun fact. Sucks.
that's whack.
Anesthesia, when they put you under the
The ability to just turn someone off, basically on command, and have them
Scary.
remain in that same state where they were when they come back is like, ooh, it's actually kind of really obscene to think about. Because I was just lying there, they had the thing on my face, I was lying there looking at the ceiling, and the next thing I know, I'm looking at a different ceiling.
Oh, was there an oxygen mask on you?
Yeah, they did oxygen, it wasn't like an IV.
Oh, mine was an
general.
IV.
Yeah. But they
Needle.
They got the mask on, and I remember looking at the mask because they had something written on it, so I kind of went cross-eyed looking at the mask, and then I was thinking about what it said, and I'm like, geez, this gas smells really awful. And then the next thing I know, the ceiling's different, and I feel so heavy, and I'm like, wait, what? Wait, and then I start to slowly come to, and I'm in the same recovery room that I sort of started off in. I went from the holding room to the theatre and then back to the holding room. So I wake up in the holding room in a different area than I started off in. And then I ended up in my hospital room from there, but I don't remember how I got there. Like, I didn't walk there. There's no way I would have been able to walk in that state. So they must have wheeled me in the bed. But I have no recollection at all of them wheeling me anywhere.
Yeah.
It was like I was in the holding room, I blinked, and then I'm in my room.
I said something creepy to you earlier today. I was like, anesthesia, when they put you under the knife, it's like, and you don't know when you fall asleep. Probably the same thing as dying.
Yeah, probably. Probably.
Which is actually not that bad, because it was pretty, we didn't even know when it happened, so...
No, absolutely. Like, I couldn't possibly tell you what thought I was thinking when I actually switched off, or what I was thinking when I came back on. It was just really, really weird.
Yeah.
And I don't know what they used, but it fucked me up for so long afterwards. I was sweating and couldn't sleep and was fidgeting, and it was like, oh, just fucking get me the gas again, put me under. let me skip this.
Yeah, it's literally
It was
all
awful.
down from it sucks.
And I'm still coming down from it now. I'm just like, oh. Even a day and a bit later, still. I mean, I'm a big kid, so they must have used some pretty potent shit to get me to go so quickly. But like, because they have to tune it to every person. It's not like one dose does all.
Yeah.
If I suppose if they gave Sam the same dose that they gave me, it'd probably do some damage or something.
Yeah, they probably will.
Or if they gave, like a really small person a really big person's dose, it'd probably kill him, to be honest.
Probably.
Because you're messing with things. Apparently, we don't even really know how anesthesia works. We just know that it works, and so we do it. It's like, well, that's a little bit of a scary thought.
That's very scary. After I was told that, after my general, my second one, I think, I was like,
Can we not do that again, please?
Yeah, I don't
I'd
think I wouldn't want a general again, but I will definitely need one.
Unfortunately, it's such a useful tool to be able to completely turn someone off for an operation that would otherwise be excruciating, like unbearably painful, or like impossible to do without
them
going crazy or something, or flailing about or something.
How painful do you reckon that'd be? Was it near your spine?
Lower back, so sort of just above the base of my spine. Yeah, so
Shit.
if they had gotten it wrong, I suppose I would have been in a pretty bad way, but no, it wasn't too bad. It was just, rough. Because I'm by no means a frequent flyer when it comes to surgical things, so this is the first time I've had anything done since I was 5, going for tonsils.
Fuck.
So it kind of came as a shock, I suppose. I was just sitting there like, ooh, here we go, wheeling me around.
You get so nervous before a surgery, it's not
Oh
fun.
yeah, I was like, ooh. I was lying there in the holding bed, just like, I don't know what's going on. Someone fucking tell me what's going on.
I've only ever had 2 toe surgeries, both general, like the least, like, just general.
Just enough to be considered
a general anaesthetic. Apparently, it's just too painful. And I've had local for the same toes, or for one of the 2 toes. It's like I think it was the second one, or maybe the first one. I can't remember. But when it wore off, or when I just got out of the surgery and was put back awake or whatever, they gave me sandwiches, like chicken sandwiches. And I ate a few of them because I was starving, so they'd been fasting.
Yeah, you
for
have
the
to
surgery.
fast beforehand, or else the
Otherwise-
anaesthetic doesn't work.
Yeah, or you choke on your own vomit.
Basically.
And so I had that, and I was really good. And then stomach didn't feel great. Threw up liquids because my body, for some reason, hadn't transferred the sandwiches yet, so it couldn't even throw those up. They were just sitting there, and threw up liquids. And then on the way home, as soon as I got in the car, I was like, I feel so fucking sick. And my brother's like, I suppose you don't want Macca's then. I'm like, no. And we go down our, Hern Road, where the scout camp is.
I think so, yeah.
We go to the entrance of the scout camp. I'm like, pull over, bro, pull over. You have to pull over. I'm going to bath. And I threw up all these little chicken bits right in the middle of the entrance to the scout camp.
Oh my god. Did anyone see you?
I don't know. Probably not. But it wasn't so bad because it wasn't like a few weeks ago where I threw up the next day because my stomach lining had been destroyed by alcoholism. Not an alcoholic. It's alright.
Not an alcoholic.
Stopped. I had 4 weeks sober.
Thank goodness.
3.5 weeks sober. But like, it was fine. I didn't really care. Just got over it, and my toes are good now. So
That's what we like to hear. Yeah. I mean, I'm still,
Tough stuff.
as I said, I'm still coming down off mine. I'm sure I'll be fine tomorrow. It's just
tricky.
It's so tricky.
I'm so impressed. Like you're still happy for me to come over and stuff. I was like,
Nah,
Adam,
man.
wouldn't you be exhausted or something? I was like, are you sure, man?
I mean, well, when else are we going to catch up? I mean,
That is
it would've
true.
been
We've had
so
a
rough.
lot of like close
Close
to catching up, and then
it's just fallen through.
somehow
So-
fallen through.
Yeah, when I heard you were coming through, I'm just like, fuck it. It's not like we have to go out or anything. We can just spend some time in, just get something nice to eat, record a few podcasts, and she'll be right. Good times.
You should be glad that I'm all about staying at home now.
Yeah.
I don't like going out anymore.
Welcome to the introverted life. It's great.
I used to. I've kind of had an example of both, but I've realized that I just hate going out. It's not really for me. It's like something I do when I have to now, and it's like. But otherwise, if there's a chance to chill with a mate at his house, very rare. All my mates are like, "Oh, let's go out. And I'm like, oh, fuck that. It's actually a funny story a few weeks ago when I was invited to this night out, and I went home to get ready for it, and my mate calls me and he goes, everyone doesn't want you there, essentially. And I was like, oh, really? And the people that were going, I barely even friends with, so I didn't really care. I've experienced this my whole life. I've experienced it so many times that I have gotten to the point where I hear that and it just blows right over my head. Like, it doesn't even make me feel sad. I'm like, oh, okay. All right. And so he's like, yeah, they keep texting weird shit. He's like, Daniel was like, he kept asking me, he's like, ask them like more questions about ways that you can go. So I was like asking him, what if I meet you in 20 minutes at the place? And they're like, oh, we'll be gone by then. And I'm like, but what if I'm like really quick and I meet you there? He's like, no, there's not enough time. And I like kept like giving like more plausible examples of how I could meet them. And Daniel's like, oh, if he makes an excuse for this, that's hilarious. And he made an excuse, of course, for every single one. And then he told me that like everyone, or 3 of the people that were going, I knew one of them is a prick, didn't want me there because he never wants me anyway, he's a douchebag.
Is this Scoopy?
Nah, the other dude, it's like Italian dude.
Oof.
I don't want to say his name because it's like, his name's Daniel as well, but he's a prick.
Prick Daniel.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I hope he sees this. Fuck you.
Fuck you. Honestly, the balls on some people to actually outright say, we don't want you here.
No, they didn't say it to my face. That's what's like. That's probably more frustrating than say. I'd rather them say it to my face. I'd be like,
honestly, yeah.
To be fair, I did. Come to think of it, I was like dogging before. I was like, I really don't want to drive, but I made it clear to them like several times that I'll go if there's a carpool. The only reason I want to go is because there's a carpool. Like, I don't have the energy to drive at all because we've been doing stuff all day. I was like, I'm so tired, and then all of a sudden, because all the others didn't want to drive and because this dude was drinking, he was like, oh, you're a fucking dog for not driving. Or he's tired, he's exhausted, and you're not willing to fucking drive. And he just went nuts at me at a really nice restaurant, like, started full-on bagging me. And I was like, fuck you for making me the bad guy when you're a prick 98% of the time. You're a dickhead to me and a lot of people, and then you just decide to freaking pull that card. Fuck off, cunt.
Yeah,
and I just...
folks do that.
I didn't back down.
You're just like, okay, buddy, here's the pot calling the kettle black.
Oh, man, it was so bullshit. I'm like, you do realize how much of a loser you are, bro? Like, no one wants to be around you. Only, like, really cringe folk want to be around you.
Huge idiots, yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I don't know. I was like...
Save me the excuse.
I eventually said I'll drive Daniel to the place, but they were just like... After that, I'm pretty sure they just had it with me and they just wanted to go, like, themselves. And they kept asking, Daniel just kept saying, oh, I can go. And he's like, oh, sweet. And he's just like... oh no, I can't go, but Sam can go now. He's like, oh nah, Sam, don't, it's alright, we'll just go, the 4 of us, not Sam. And he's like, and he just kept doing it to fuck with them. He kept going back to, oh, I can go. And they're like, oh yeah, sweet, come along. And he's like, oh no, I can't go, but Sam can go. And he's kept going.
Yeah, it's like,
the guy
going, no, actually,
Sam.
no, wait, Sam's the one that's can go. What a fucking dog. He's like
all
so
3
brazen
of them,
about that.
This is a different guy. This isn't the other. This isn't the dog. This
Dick
is
Daniel.
This isn't Dick Daniel. This is another dude that was like, oh Sam, oh nah. And he's like, then Daniel's like, oh I can go. Oh yeah, come along. Oh nah, Sam. He's like, what's the difference between Sam going and me going? It's the same result because they were trying to get with some chicks or something, and we were Daniel and I were the odd men who just like didn't have a date or whatever to the thing. It was dumb. It was a dumb night, and after that I was just like,
okay, buddy.
Okay.
Glad I don't have to see your fucking ugly face again. Yeah, that's what I'd probably say to some people like that. If they're gonna dog you like that, you just be like, yeah, fuck off.
The guy's always been a piece of shit though. Like, he's never really been a good person to me.
Some folks are just built that way, unfortunately.
Do you know people where they're such dickheads and they're like, the one time they'll like be sort of like appreciating something you did that was funny and laughing at something you said that was funny.
They have that one humanizing moment,
and it's like
kind of like
it's massive, like it's a massive thing to you, and then you realize you like take a moment off to realize
such a small thing for them.
It's insignificant. it's like so insignificant and small. It meant nothing in the grand scheme of things. When I've got this other guy who like validates everything I say and laughs at like pretty much everything I say, which is way more significant than this dude just like being a prick 98% of the time and being like okay 2% of the time. Anyway,
You just got to find your people.
yeah, you do.
If you're gonna get stuck with dickheads, you gotta be wondering. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I mean, I'd like to say I've found some pretty good folks. Like, there's you. There's folks from that I met in TAFE. Well, a few of them. There's Burger Friendly. There's
I can't do this anymore.
I'm sorry.
It's actually so funny.
Oh god, it's too good.
I gotta clip that.
Burger Friendly.
I'm gonna clip that sent to him. He's just like, why'd you send me this? Oh, fuck.
Sam sent me videos. Who's this dude? What's he talking about? Oh, he's found his people, you know. There's Sam, there's dudes from TAFE, there's... Wait, what did he say? Oh my god.
My god.
Burger Friendly. We need him.
Burger. Yeah.
It's the only thing you can eat that would possibly get you to fart so hard you'd leave the atmosphere. Genuinely. Burger Friendly.
This guy?
This guy wins every single award except for Best Podcast? Crazy. God damn.
Oh, no.
Burger. Burger.
Nah, Burger's a good side character, I'd say.
Yeah.
Probably A tier of the Ennui-verse.
Ennui-verse. Oh my god. Ennui-verse. So dumb.
Oh, no. You like those episodes.
Yeah. Burger.
Oh, they were the best 2 episodes of the podcast.
They were.
It's just such a shame that my mic didn't work for the really good one.
If you had Mike had have worked like for real,
Yeah, that would have
been
an all-time classic.
top tier.
But it still was that you're still laughing at it, even though
you can still hear.
better than the whole recording failing.
Yeah, we've had that. We have had that, and it was just genuinely so fucking annoying.
I don't think we've ever had like a complete disaster. I think
We had one where your mic stopped working, but we could still hear what was being said through my mic.
That was the first ever episode.
I think that was the first. There was still a few teething issues during those times. Yes.
They were the dark ages.
Yeah.
The original days. The HSP
OG
days.
HSP days when the place
The
wasn't
tape
closed.
days. Yeah. Fucking place. They closed for 2 weeks. So they've ruined their business now.
Yeah. Not like they didn't do the whole entire Christmas period and New Year's.
Except I wasn't here for that, so it doesn't count.
I wasn't here.
That's my everlasting gobstopper.
No, everlasting gobstopper.
That's literally what they look like in the store, in the lolly shops.
Wow. Except they're not gooey and squishy and lots of fun to bounce around. What?
Fucking hell. I'm just going to
It's
ignore
true. Oh my god, what? It's true.
that. Was there a topic you mentioned, Novak Djokovic?
Novak Djokovic. Yeah.
You actually wanted to talk about this
A little bit, yeah.
for a brief moment.
Just for a minute.
There's a tennis player, he's going to be on Border Security.
Yeah.
The
I hope
TV
it is.
show.
It'll be a good episode. I'll record it on my VHS. Yeah, it's what's his name? Fucking world number 1 tennis player.
What does he play, badminton?
Badminton, yeah.
Bowling?
He plays squash. Shuttlecock. Plays professional shuttlecock. And he tried to get into Australia on a dodgy visa, like every single other person who tries to get through on the fucking border patrol show. They all got weird visas, or they're carrying drugs or something. He wasn't carrying any drugs, but
He was carrying a big ego.
And he's carrying a big ego, and that's almost as bad.
He's carrying his being entitled. Nah, I like his tennis, but I don't. I think he's
Like
a bit of a
him.
weird dude.
Yeah.
He's a very weird dude, but his tennis is pretty impressive, and he's
Yeah. It's always the weirdest cunts that have the fucking talent.
isn't it?
For some reason.
Isn't it? The most talented's always just the weirdest dudes and the
Yeah.
biggest strange units. But he got like a work visa with a COVID vaccination
Exemption.
which those two don't actually match when you're trying to get into the country.
Yeah, they don't actually. They're not compatible. They
No
don't
one did
work
their
together.
research to see which visa matches which
Yeah,
documents.
so he got stopped at the border, and they're turning him away.
Guy's worth what, $500 million, and he can't even hire. He can't even
Can't even get someone to do his
do the
border,
research.
his border passes properly.
It's pretty important. He's only trying to break the record for most Grand Slams won ever in the history. You know, it's not that important. It's not like it's
absolutely.
it's not like it's like a $3 million mistake. What's the prize money? $6 million for winning that tournament. Not really like it's a $6 million mistake.
God damn, yeah.
Still is
exactly.
bullshit that he was going to get let in
Yeah.
without a vaccination when everyone else that
I
who isn't
mean-
worth $500 million.
Victorians, Melburnians, and stuff have suffered for 2 years,
Pretty much,
basically, of almost constant lockdown. And our out was if we reached 80 and 90% vaccination, we would be allowed to return to some semblance of normal life.
Yeah, our reward. That was our reward.
Basically,
They
basically,
said that. They
it was
used those
basically like
words.
we were being bribed to return to
Yeah.
normal life. If we, I don't mind it if it's a way to motivate the masses into receiving this vaccination, which has saved lives probably for the most part. Then yeah, but then you get these fucking kooks, quacks, and crazies who are like,
Wait a minute.
no vaccine bad for me, vaccine bad. It's just for no reason, like without even sort of like trying to back themselves up. They just go vaccine bad, and he thinks he can wander in here, fucking saunter in like a fucking big dick, and be like, yep, I own this place. You'll let me in. You'll be right. You need me. It's like, fuck off. We don't. We have. You might be the best guy playing tennis, but don't we have the best woman playing tennis?
That's correct.
We do. Ash Barty, homegrown here. Who fucking needs you, Novak Djokovic? We got the best thing.
We got a 2-time Grand Slam in here. What are you, a 20-time Grand Slam?
Bro. Well, that's all well and fine, but at least Ash Barty isn't a crazy kook, to be honest. Or
What's,
immediately starts
isn't
brigading
Kook
this.
the Vietnamese slang?
No,
or is that gook?
That's gook. You're gonna need to beep that, probably. I'm sorry. Yes,
That's content.
it is content. But yeah, at
I'm not
least-
racist.
No, we're not. We're not. Genuinely, we might be Australian, but we're not racist. But yeah, but at least Ash Barty doesn't fucking get her fans to brigade in the streets, or whatever, or has a weird dad back at home.
Oh, the dad has always been crazy. Surgeon, like, that guy's been crazy for, he's been a known nut for, like, years. Ever since his son joined the tour, everyone was like, this guy's fucking AWOL. And then his mum is just as nuts. Like, the parents
And his wife.
spoil it. Yeah, his wife's pretty... his
Why
wife's
is
just
he
kind of
a
dumb.
magnet for weird cunts? To be honest,
Because he's one.
because
He's such a strange unit, Djokovic. He's actually a nice dude. He just does stupid shit. I think that's really common. I've known a lot of nice people in my life who just
do strange shit.
really dumb shit. Like they do really dumb shit to make everyone hate them. And I think that's what Djokovic, like, he just doesn't understand how to get people to like him. He doesn't really need to.
He's too far removed from the people that watch him.
Oh, he's
He
no
doesn't-
connection to the people.
He, you get people that do understand the plights of their audience, people who have risen from said audience to become the one that the audience comes to see, and then you get weird cunts like Djokovic who have no clue whatsoever.
Because he's obsessed with himself and he's obsessed with, like, his tennis and,
I want-
playing himself.
I want private residences with
That was last year.
Tennis courts to practice. I want to visit my coaches.
I think he was trying to sound like I'm so accommodating to all the other players, when in reality
Yeah,
he
that
just
was-
sounded entitled as fuck.
Yeah,
But
I think it did come out wrong, but it didn't sound great either way, to be honest.
I will defend him. Pretty much everything he says, Australians have a go at. I think that's a bit unfair. I reckon Jocko is like, he's not always a prick. Like there's been many times where I've laughed. Like I've been like, it's a good call, Jocko. I like that. That's funny. And then there's been a lot of times where it's like, maybe he just doesn't understand Australian culture and doesn't understand that Aussies like look at you and think, what a kiss ass, or what a
weird
what
cunt.
a weirdo.
What a weirdo. Yeah. We do that to a lot of folks, I think. A lot of folks that just don't get us will be like, nah, you're not it. And if you don't get us like immediately, then it's very difficult to come back and fix it later, I think. Once the Australian public perception has been cemented, that's it.
Pretty much, yeah.
You're stuck that way for a very long time.
Memory card full.
On here.
No, on that. Which is
Shit.
why we use this.
No.
That's alright. We still have audio. Is this
Still have
going to
audio.
be an audio episode for the rest of it?
Why not? We can do that.
I literally don't mind anymore with audio.
As long as we can get something
video.
out.
Yeah, as long as we can get something made. That's what we're at. That's what we're all about at the moment.
Yeah.
And we'll have more topics for tomorrow.
Oh, for sure. We're going to be recording a lot tomorrow. After you've still got your tennis on tomorrow.
I have 2
don't you?
matches.
Two matches. How many were you supposed to have today?
2.
Two and two, really? Oh my
I was
God,
going to have 2
can't
today,
wait
and the
to-
ones that I was going to have today I postponed to tomorrow.
So you wouldn't have had any tomorrow had you played today.
I'd have 1 tomorrow. If I had won both of them, I would have had 1 tomorrow. So that's the final, but I haven't won anything yet, so.
That's so rough.
I mean, I knew when I was driving up. I knew when I saw the schedule. I knew the whole time. I was like, I'm driving up to catch up with Adam. This first day means fuck all. I know it's going to get cancelled. Like, when you mentally
feel
prepare
it,
for
yeah.
the worst, like, I didn't prepare for the freaking car breaking down, which I
No,
might talk about
that's-
tomorrow.
That's the worst. That's the worst of the worst. But when you prepare for what you know to be the worst.
Yeah. I might go into detail about the RACV woman on the next podcast, how freaking
Yeah, you did promise me that you'd
stupid
go
she
off.
was.
You did promise me that, so you're going to have to deliver next time, because I do want to hear about it.
Yeah, she's...
We all have those weird customer service, stories.
Pure incompetence. I got to remember everything she said, because I will be able to remember it, and then I'll rattle it all off. I'll rattle off most of the
It'd
conversation.
be crazy.
It was honestly ridiculous. Like a 5-year-old could have directed me to fucking roadside assist better than she did. She was just useless.
Sort of makes you think sometimes. Honestly, how do these people function?
Honestly,
I'm sure she's a lovely lady. Just like a
nutless monkey could do her job.
Incompetence at a job doesn't particularly mean.
A nutless monkey could do your job. Yeah.
At least we can take solace in the fact that she'll never hear this.
Jodie from RSCB Roadside Assist.
Bro, why you gotta be doxing people like this? Oh god.
There's no last name yet. I've done everything. I've done a first name, a place of business.
Yeah, but sometimes that's enough, you know?
She was so bad.
Bro. But was it bad by incompetence or bad by malice? Because there's a difference.
No, just incompetence.
Yeah, well that's...
Malice is like...
When someone's maliciously useless...
Oh, that was my brother yesterday. That was my brother's... not my brother. The guy that went to fix my brother's water line. He drove over it. And the guy rocks up. He goes, "Oh, you really fucked up here, didn't you?"
Yeah, no shit, genius. That's why you're here.
and he said it like again later on. It's like, "Oh, well, you really fucked
up this one.
And
Thanks
he's
for the
like,
second time.
"I don't know how you did this. I actually don't know how you did this. Like, how did you even do this?" And Will was like, Will told me, he's like, I was this close to telling him to get fucked, but I needed him to fix my water, so I couldn't do that. And then he said it like, he's like talking to Dad later, because Dad rocked up, and Will's like inside, and you could hear from his office, he's like, "I don't know how he did this."
Oh no! Poor Will. Oh my god, he's getting roasted by some rando that just comes to think that
fuckwit.
you've really fucked it this time.
And his girlfriend was trying to leave the property to go get some groceries, and the guy's just standing in the middle of the driveway on a phone call for half an hour. Like, you weren't even going to say stay in the middle. It's like, I own this shit now.
I own this shit.
Like, what a freaking douche.
Oh.
There's another story that you'll probably gasp at.
Ooh.
I could tell it, but there's only audio. It sucks. We need video for this.
So we can do the demonstration.
Oh, there we go. The other day I was at I went to go get some groceries.
Ooh.
Let's do this. And I'm on my electric skateboard, and I go to like pedestrian crossing, and the dude's just like, and there's some dude in his car who's like looking down at his phone, and so is the wife. Like, they're both looking down, and they're not looking to see what's forward, right in front of a pedestrian, and they've stopped in front of it. They've stopped like 2 meters away from it. So I'm like, I'm not going to wait until these guys regain
Consciousness.
like regain their concentration on the road. I'm just going to go. So after deciding I was going to go, he drives really fast forward and then stops and looks up and goes, and then goes out the window and like does that. And I was just so fed up with the world
Did you flip
and
him off?
fuckwits. He had the window down, and I went, fuck you, like that.
Nice.
He got out of his car
Did he try to chase you?
and walked over to me, and I'm like skating through to the shops, and my brother's at the bank, at the NAV. He's at the ATM
Oh, no.
with his girlfriend, and they heard the whole thing. And I'm like, oh no, if I'd known they were there, I definitely wouldn't have said "F you" to some random. But like, my brother didn't actually know what happened, because I was like really angry from the dude, and he kept coming over. I was like, what, bro? What? I was like, it was all your fault, bro. And I was like full on being a freaking idiot macho to the dude. He's like, I come back.
I come back.
And he didn't come back. He's
They
from
never
somewhere
do.
Eastern Europe or
They
something.
fucking never do they? They're always like, I'll come back. I'll come back. And then you never see never see them again in your entire life.
Dude was such a dickhead. Oh my god. The guy was like next level, and I'm like, I texted Will later. I like said to Will, I'm like, oh, I'm so embarrassed, dude. I mean, I meant it to the guy, but I didn't want you to see it. And he's like,
So this is the real you, huh?
he's like, Miranda was like, his girlfriend was like, so like, what the fuck?
Will has a girlfriend now?
He's had heaps of girlfriends.
Yeah,
Oh,
like-
fuck.
Oh, shit. Okay.
He's had a few girlfriends.
I didn't know. Okay, damn.